Hi, for today's tear done, this, it is almost too large to fit in the frame. Old school calculator from the flea market, actually. A lucky find at €2 on the flea market. And as you will see, it is actually quite nice, even if not possible to use, because it is using a very special kind of paper which is not possible to find anymore. Some kind of electrically activated ink paper with a built-in ink that will be triggered by little needles here, apparently, with a voltage going in them, something like this. I did not find any useful information, but it is my guess. And the printer head is messed up and not possible to find the correct paper. So, as there is only a printer on the display, we will not go very far with it in terms of using it, but still a nice device to have and needs a good cleaning, so I will take the opportunity of a tear down here to take it apart completely and then clean it. So, electronic calculator Sobax 107 with here a missing logo. What do you think the missing logo here is as a brand? Ta-da! Yes, it's a Sony Sobax ICC 107. Serial number here for you. IEC plug already. It is apparently a 1972 device. And already IEC plug, which is good. What else? ISO screw logo here. Voltage selector at the back. So the bottom of the case is die-cast aluminium, but the top is plastic except for the frame here around the printer. So first thing first, excuse me, I will immediately take a caution and undo this printer plastic piece because I do not want to break it. It seems quite delicate. So let me remove it real quick and it will be in a safe place. I will wrap it in bubble wrap or something while I do the restoration. Well, the cleaning of the calculator, not restoration to a working condition because it is pointless without the correct paper, and I do not feel like I will try to re-engineer the correct paper. So you will notice actually when you open the cover it will pull out of the way this drum here to load the paper. There is also this part which we will lift out, and apparently it is all, or maybe we are missing a piece here. I am not totally sure. Seems quite weird this setup, but we will have a better look when it will be taken apart. So what else? So display clear memory functions apparently. Change sign, not a regular key. The other thing functions here, so why not try to power it on real quick and see if it is alive or not at all. Actually, without paper loaded, it will detect a condition of error and do not much. Yes, just annoying beep. So let's unplug it for good. Okay, so what else on the back side? Actually, two interesting details before we open it. So of course your voltage selector, your regular text here. I am qualified service personnel for 70s printers, and I'm not sure. So one interesting thing here, back in the time they did, the sellers of these calculators, the retail shop, did actually apply beautiful stickers or even aluminium plate with their name. Not even a phone number on here, you can see. And interestingly enough, this address is very near of me. It is like a 10 minutes walk, but sadly I did check in Google Street View and at this address now we have a modern building, so from the 90s, from the design I guess. So it was, the previous building is not here anymore, so we cannot have any idea of what it was looking like. But very nice touch, you do not see it anymore. Okay, and what actually triggered my purchase in the flea market when I did turn around the calculator to have a look at it. Look at this. A whole bunch of gold ceramic ices. So I saw it, I asked for the price, I heard €2. Within 5 seconds I gave a €2 coin and I purchased the calculator. Okay, so let's open this thing and find out what we have inside. Just, I believe, 4 Phillips screws, regular Japanese screw, the same one you can find in your Sony audio amplifier or your video cassette recorder or anything. Really regular stuff. So there is something weird here with plastic which is out of shape for some reason. Maybe it is a little bit melted or something. Not sure, but it needs a good clean at least. So the cover will just lift out like this, revealing super dusty and dirty contents. I am not even sure what this is, some kind of old sticker, okay. Inside here we have the cover assembly. You can see this is hot post soldered with melted post, but here we have some kind of clip-on things. I will see if it is possible to remove them cleanly in order to clean the thing better. Could also be a retro bright project actually, but it is pretty pointless, but at least a good clean with soapy water will be a good thing. Okay, let me put this on the side. Of course I mean the printer, not the power supply. Okay, this is done. As you can see, everything is super dusty. So apparently we have 3 main units. Of course there is the printer unit. There is here the keyboard and motherboard assembly, which will be quite tedious to undo. We have on here power supply, and actually there is at least 3 circuit boards, so I guess it might be also some kind of power driver for the printer or something. There's excuse me, everywhere some Sony QSC series transistors here. Okay, so I will take everything apart and we will have a better look after. How annoying is it? Look at this. This connector here, I cannot undo it just because it is stuck here by two little things. And I cannot undo it without unscrewing the power supply. Thank you very much. Okay, everything is in parts. The bottom of the power supply, by the looks of it, is a lot cleaner than the top of the power supply. The case, empty. Nothing, not even a manufacturer marking, or maybe here. Maybe. The cast aluminium, a lot of dust, but no bugs at least. Always good. Let me put this on the side. We will start by having a look at this power supply. Serious shielded transformer. Voltage selector, the stuff we did see previously, but actually there is quite a lot of circuit boards in here. So let me figure out what to do. One screw here. Okay. One here. So this part, I have no idea what it is. Weird stuff. Maybe the buzzer. Okay. Whoops. I guess it is what it is. So insulator. And actually two circuit boards which are connected here with this board-to-board connector like this, and they did disconnect themselves quite easily. So here we have main rectifier, it seems, main filter capacitors, some voltage adjustment, something like this. Old school circuit boards you can see, and here interesting logo here by the way. More of the same stuff, actually. Nice NCC capacitor, power resistors, more diodes of this weird package here. Old school Japanese. Okay, so I have to figure out how this is supposed to go. Like this. And like this, I guess. But quite not impressive here because you are annoyed with wires and everything. Or maybe it is not the proper order of reassembly. So what I need to do is at least clean this top circuit board on this transformer. So I guess it will be cleaning with water because it is very dirty. If I leave the necessary time to dry out, it will not be a problem. Well, I will try to vacuum it out first, but given the condition, so this is really a weird part, probably better. Okay, it is supposed to go back like this. Yes. Okay, so let me put this back together for now. Even if I will need probably to take it apart again for cleaning, but oh, this is an annoying thing, guys. Okay. Maybe not forget the insulating material. Well, actually I will reinstall it later because it will go apart again, so not necessary to bother with it right now. It is tedious enough already. So not super impressive construction here. Well, typically Japanese, but not super repair friendly. You can see, quite annoying. All those wires you cannot disconnect and things like this. Why it is socketed here but everything else is soldered in place? No idea, but this will need good cleaning anyway, and this is going in the storage for now. Next part, the printer. Also super dusty, screws flying out everywhere. So you can see how it is mounted on some kind of rubber shock absorbers. So what do we have in this printer? Wall paper advanced mechanism, of course. Micro switch here to detect the condition of the paper. And a super huge motor, apparently, probably AC motor, very big, and a big cam system here. Now you will notice something, so not sure the correct, okay, it is doing everything at the same time. When you turn the motor, it will advance the paper, yes, one bit at a time. It is completely messing up my printing aid, by the way. And so it is doing everything. The printing aid, the paper advance, with this big nylon plastic part at the bottom here. So I do not think I will take this apart any further because not really necessary. We see already everything almost. Just some more cams. Here is a sample of a special paper. You can see it is some kind of silver color. And regular paper on the back. Interesting, but it is the only sample of it I have, sadly enough. So yes, just some mechanism here at the bottom. Some more sensor probably here. Not totally sure what it is. I cannot see. Probably a micro switch. And it is completely buried here into beside the two, under two levels of metal. So maybe I can try to undo this motor. So while I unscrew the motor, by the way, do you notice something? Did you notice something about this motor? Yes, it is a big motor, probably AC, but it is die-cast aluminium case, not something you see every day, but okay, you need to be careful with this grounding piece. the main area of curiosity is this. The rubber belt is actually still good. Quite insane and unexpected. Really? When you check videos of people restoring stereo equipment like tape drives, like Tech One for example, he has always problems with belts, but this one is still good. Quite impressive. So, what do we have here? Actually, it is not easy to tell. I was checking what is this little circuit board here, but I see little magnet wire and two little coils apparently here. Okay, quite weird. Ah, here is our speaker. Here. So the other thing on the power supply is not a speaker. Not sure what it is, but not a speaker. This thing is also very dirty. Not sure how I will be able to clean it, because you can see it is quite a mess. So the motor is off. Actually, I might not reinstall it immediately, because it will be easier for me for the cleaning if it is off. So I will put this aside. Okay, so last thing here, the print head. You can see there is a cable loom from the main board driving all the sensors and speaker, well, receiving info from the sensors, and other part of the cable loom is going to the print head, which seems to be nothing else than an interconnect plate connected to a set of little needles, which are now completely messed up by the way, but I might be able to correct them a little bit. Little needles, so they are making contact against the paper and probably they apply some voltage. The paper is grounded somewhere here, and the voltage it will apply will do something at the paper and it will actually print. Quite weird. So they need to know also the position of your printing head, I guess, when you print, because you will sound the dots in seconds to make your characters or something like this. Really weird. Okay. Silicone group here and old school and decaying sticky tape. Okay. Very nice motor here by the way. Look at this. Very good bearing. 3 phase apparently. Nice stuff. So I will put this aside, I will clean my hands and we will have a look at the electronics. So here is the keyboard and electronics pack. Very dusty with decaying foam. Here I will actually replace, even if I do not plan on using the printer, but this is bad. So it will need popping out of the way all the case. So this one, by the way, are regular switches like this. Not sure about the other ones. They are embedded in a plastic casting with a circuit board at the back. Power switch here to the main wire loom and also neon bulb. Okay, interesting. And we have the electronics, which are apparently possible to undo. So there is this cable loom to the keyboard, still the same insulating material here, and first this board Look at this, really. A set of gold ceramic aces. So seems to be just a double-sided board. As you can see, no, a few metallized holes, vias, but not everywhere. So some aces have a cap, other ones are plain ceramic. It's date code of 1972 everywhere. And a completely obscure reference number, FDY something, that we will probably find no information about. So, then we have apparently a board-to-board connector to interconnect with the other board, which might be the printer control, probably. And they will just come out like this. Interesting construction. Just first screws to undo, and it should allow to pop out, yes, the complete electronics pack like this. So they are interconnected on, too much zoom here. They are interconnected on each side with these things, like such. Here actually we have contacts here but not here, so only the other one is important, this one is only structural. And we have interesting parts here, obscure Sony transistors with weird packages, very big, look, if you compare to the regular plastic ones here. Polyester film capacitor, something like this, very good capacitors. Dust, old school Allen Bradley kind style of resistors. And of course your ELNA capacitors. Some more obscure little parts here. Between the two boards, insulator material. And it is all, so it will need cleaning also, this thing. I will take note of how it is put together, and I will take it apart and clean it completely. I do not think we have anything between the two circuit boards. More of this bad sticky tape here, and it is just like this. Okay, so this will require proper cleaning. Because I do not want to collect dust. I have enough stuff already. Okay. It is going together like this, so we try to find some kind of a similar tape, sticky tape here, to put this back in the original condition, but this really requires a lot of cleaning work. We are left with, look at this, the keyboard assembly, not much here, except dust. So I believe, take this apart completely, remove all the keys anyways, and maybe do something about this oxide here on the aluminium, on the steel. Not sure if I will paint it, maybe with just some primer or something. So I will remove everything here and try to increase a little bit the condition of this part, because it is quite bad actually. Not sure yet, but I will do something. So the case embedded in here. I do not think it will be possible to see the mechanism of the keys without unsoldering everything, which I will try to avoid. You can see there is a number of little screws here, securing the black frame to the PCB. Nice wire loom and I did not notice actually, look, handmade lacing on the wire loom. Wow. I have to check if it is the same thing as the other ones. No. Yes, on the printer also. On the printer also, handmade wire lacing. So really, you do not see any more calculators made like this. Quite impressive. Wow. Really nice stuff. So I need to remember how this thing was put together. I believe it is in this configuration. Yes. Do not forget the insulator here, even if it is temporary. Reinstall. Okay. So a lot of cleaning work ahead, as you can guess. But at least it will be in beautiful cosmetic condition. One thing that is annoying me is the missing Sony logo here. So I hope it is a regular shape of a Sony logo, regular dimensions, or maybe I could be able to find another Sony device, stereo equipment or something like this, with a Sony logo I could unglue and retrieve to put here, or remake a plate, a Sony logo plate, but this will be difficult. I will check out definitely this problem. Okay, so thanks for watching, bye bye.